Okay, so we've got a little bit of interesting energies going on here. You've got a bit of conflict, conflict in the cards as well as conflict in this Two of Swords. So this is the Two of Swords traditionally, and these two here, interesting cards, they're also opposition in colours. So that's where I said we've got this conflict going on. They almost feel quite separated, even though I was tempted to say they were telling a story. Perhaps they are telling a story that is hidden or tied together in a very convoluted way. The base chakra is this area of the body here down at the spine, the bowel, the colon. If there's blockages in here, you can find pain or disassociation in that part of the body. So you can help to open that chakra area and get it flowing to relieve disorder, tension, or lack of physical manifestation. So lack of money, lack of a job, lack of housing, lack of stability in the house, also in the family, in your soul tribe, and in the grounded energies of earth. So you can ground yourself outdoors with earth, you can spend more time there, you can wear reds, you can eat red foods, you can meditate, you can do yoga and things that flex the body and exercise it and stretch it out in this part of the body. So the base chakra can be about finances and jobs. If any of you have had a blockage or a lack in this area, then open this up. Now this may be causing or may have caused some mental conflict, because we see the red in here as well on this man's internal, inability to find resolve or harmony around a situation or a choice or a direction. Because traditionally this card, the Two of Swords, has a woman sitting on a bench and she has two swords each going in a different direction. So there's this uncertainty about knowing what choice to make or which direction you want to go in. And we're seeing this bright red in here, which makes me think that for some of you it's to do with the physical of life, the choice of a job or the choice of a home or where to live or how to get more of it, money or job. So you have to somehow bring these elements together to create the end point, which is the fulfillment of wishes. Now, given that this card is actually here, there is this opportunity for a fulfillment of wishes to happen. And some of you might be closer than you think. Some of you might already be aware of it and be saying, oh, it's already happening for me. I am getting these wishes of mine fulfilled and my life is coming, right, or I feel really good with it, or it's beaming with happiness. In which case that is magnificent. Then keep going with what you're doing. And if you have any uncertainty or lack of clarity and have some mental conflict, then come back to these at any point to open them up and to use them for helping decision making forward, even if you're already at this stage here. We see him as a scholar and or her as a scholar, and I often think this portends success around exams for those of you who are taking exams or waiting for exam results as well, or also success perhaps for having applied for a job or a promotion. This could also bode very well as a positive applicational success here. Now if we come back to the throat chakra, this part of the body just below here, literally where this cuts off and through here. So this is our communication point at the throat chakra, and it's blue, so it aligns with this card quite nicely and with how closely we're associated with his throat. So for some of you, the need to speak up and be heard is a message in here. If there's something you want to say to someone, or something that you feel is important to be heard, or something that needs to be opened up to, then do so. Speak out. Use your energy. Use your voice. Be heard. Make noise. Make whatever it is that you need to tell either other people or your employment or the government or the universe or anything. Tell it. Speak it. Don't be afraid of the words that you are holding. Also speak positively to yourself. Uplift your vocabulary and empower it with positive manifestations and positive words and opportunities, because what we speak about ourselves or about others is what we're putting out to the universe. So the words you choose to use or even think can be liberating or debilitating. And that's really important. And in this part here, some of it is debilitating because you are either self-doubting, and you've got this mental conflict. So these are your words, your inner words, your thoughts, which are stopping a decision or an action or a direction that right about now seems to need to be taken. So some of you have a lot of choice to make. You have a direction to take. And it could be left or right or up or down or A or B. It could be him or her or they or them. It could be this country or that country, this job or that job. And for some of you, you're going, I don't know. I can't make up my mind, or I don't think there's enough reason for this and not enough reason for that. So employ this chakra to be opened. The same as the base. Energize it, activate it, wear blue, meditate, think positively, activate the voice. And for some of you, this could be about public speaking. It could be about talking. It could also be about singing. It could be about an acting career. It could also be about writing, because writing is the inner voice. So the throat chakra is very powerful for humans, because everything in life happens because of communication. So communication is often undervalued in society, and it's the way we choose to communicate that can be so powerful. So within these cards, I see a great degree of potential power, especially when these two merge and sort of set a spark ignited, remove this conflict or indecision or procrastination, and it boom, it just sparks it up, and then it zips into here with fulfillment of wishes, and that also adds into there, which is the material world. So you've got the opportunity at this point in time to connect the dots to a lot of puzzle pieces, and I think if you apply that diligently and work through it, then you will see some sort of successes coming your way. Also for the throat chakra, if any of you have a disorder in that area of the throat or the neck, and remember the thyroid gland is in the neck, then you may need some medication, holistic alternative therapies, or healing, Reiki, all sorts of different things could be advantageous. And it's also things like throat infections, strep, tonsillitis, mouth infections, and also things to do with your teeth, ears, eyes and nose. Those are the messages that came through. So I guess we'll leave them here for now, and we will use these cards. These are numerology cards, and we will just see what's coming through for Scorpio in terms of numerology for the beginning of the compassion. Lovely, 99. Compassion for yourself, and which helps to relieve this mental conflict. Self-discipline, which helps to alleviate mental conflict and also procrastination. Self-doubt. So self-discipline and compassion can go hand in hand when applied the right way. Self-discipline is about taking the steps, taking the action, applying yourself, and not giving up and not giving in. Wow, look at these two, the same colours and almost the same number, the 9 and the 19 and the 99. So you've got lots of 9s showing up. So, and another 9. This was a bit like Taurus's reading, that they had lots of 8s. The 9 is about endings. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 9s so far. Could even get more yet. So there's something in here about a cycle finishing, coming to completion. Now, I think I might have forgotten to mention this. As we moved into this decade with this planetary alignment, there's a lot of karmic work going on celestially, cosmically, and universally, and it's traveling through timelines. So it's very powerful stuff about endings, and especially endings of karma. So for some of you, you may feel this release, which might be releasing any previous mental conflict that has been going on, that has been playing a part in the background, and it may have been playing a part for very many years, 19 years, 99, 9,999 years. It's a long cycle. It's past lives. It's many lifetimes, and it's coming to an end at this point in time. Now, you may not feel it wholly in the now, but parts of you will. There'll be a freeing up somewhere in your soul. So not necessarily in an obvious way, but something lifts, something changes, something frees itself up, disappears, and anguish can be gone. So these are powerful times that we're going through, and this is a mighty, mighty decade. But you guys, this is a big message for you about being prepared to let the past go and move into the future. So pride, and yeah, well, I didn't even look at that. I didn't know that was what the word would be. Completion, which is what we've just been talking about. Lots of the purple, the third eye colour. And we've had the, right here is the third eye, where his mental conflict has been coming in on. And this is his spiritual energy, which connects with his crown chakra and through to here. So some of this is being cleared away for you so that you will get more insight, more clarity, so that you can have more compassion and completion and pride and self-discipline, so that you can work more on yourself and bring yourself forward as you move into this new decade. So those are wonderful synchronistic events when we get such powerful numbering systems that just pull us back to thinking about it again and again and again. So this is for Scorpio. We probably will only take one card from here, and I think it's this one. And it's 26, Sacred Journey. And I guess in a way that's kind of what I've been saying. You're on a sacred soul journey. So I will pull that in for you, and I will read from the book. So just short of the number 9 at number 8, but here are the words from the book. There is wisdom in knowing that even darkness serves its purpose in the growth of the soul. Darkness need not be feared, but simply understood. Darkness is a misunderstood energy which causes so much emotional distress and disharmony around the world, as it is seen as something that is separate to God. Most often it is seen as something that needs to be avoided and battled. Darkness too serves its purpose. Through darkness we come to see the light that is in us. We expand our conscious understanding through first walking in the shadow of our soul. So some of you may have even been through experiences of the dark night of the soul. You may have been doing shadow work. You may have felt the shadow energies of the eclipses taking place. That's all about the darkness and the dark and the light and the combining of the two. So sorry, I'll get back to reading the words. The more you ignore, push away and avoid darkness, the more it is attracted to your space. It is only through love and understanding of the true nature of darkness, embracing its role and having gratitude for the lessons it teaches us, that we are able to transcend its karmic wheel. Boom! Sorry, can't help myself, but when the messages are that obvious and I've just been talking about the completion of karma, then we pull this card and we're talking to you about the karmic wheel. Okay, back to the book. Only then do we break free from its cyclic challenges that trigger the soul through its many faces and forms. Darkness is here to help us find our way back into our heart. We are all one, good, evil, dark, light, and the many other labels mankind has used to separate this energy that is one. Do not fear the shadows within or outside you, but simply observe the dance of life that is occurring all around you. See the lessons that unfold from the dark periods in your life. understand their meaning and purpose. When you can transcend this illusion of separateness and judgment of all that is seen as dark, you transcend the illusion of suffering. The more you walk this journey with understanding and clarity, the more at peace you are with this world. You are then ready to enter realms of higher consciousness and increased light. And the affirmation is, I am triumphant, in knowing that even darkness serves its purpose in the fruition of the soul. I am triumphant, in knowing that even darkness serves its purpose in the fruition of the soul. And the associated chakra is the solar plexus. So that card seemed to resonate so much with the other cards that had arrived, especially all the nines, and even the mental conflict card, when it says, only then do we break free from its cyclical challenges that trigger the soul through its many faces and forms. And we'd seen that in this card, the many faces, the hidden faces, the faces of worry, of fear, of conflict, of failure, of lack, of remorse, of guilt, of shame. They're all just part of the journey of life and the evolution of our cycle and all of the magic nines that go with it. All of these powerful endings and merging into the next cycle.